Canucks Nation, we have some mixed news today. One of our young stars is facing a tough road ahead with a collarbone injury, while another player is bouncing back faster than expected. What does this mean for our lineup as we head into the next stretch of games? Stay tuned as we break down the implications and potential strategies. Make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up to keep up with the latest Canucks updates. The Vancouver Canucks are facing a mixed bag of news today, and as a passionate fan, I feel it deeply. First off, we've got some tough news regarding prospect Anthony Romani. He sustained a broken collarbone during an OHL game, and that's a real gut punch for a player who was just starting to find his stride. Romani, who was taken by the Canucks in the 6th round after an impressive junior career, was showing promise with 5 points in his first 6 games. Now, he's looking at a recovery timeline that could stretch from 8 to 12 weeks, and for a young player, that can feel like an eternity. Dr. Harjes Gruel weighed in, noting that the healing process is crucial. While some collarbone fractures can heal on their own, surgery might be necessary depending on the severity. It's a big setback for Romani, who has that chip on his shoulder mentality that many of us fans admire. He's been working hard to prove himself, and now he has to dig deep once again. It's a reminder of how fragile this journey can be in the NHL. So, I ask you, do you believe this injury will affect his long-term potential? I'm honestly torn. On one hand, it's a setback, but on the other, Romani has shown resilience before. Now let's shift gears to some better news regarding Tyler Myers. After a scary moment where he fell awkwardly during a game against the Flyers, it turns out he escaped with what seems to be a minor injury. He's back on the ice for practice, and that's a huge relief for all of us. Myers is a key player for the Canucks, and his presence is vital, especially as we look to improve our performance in close games. The speculation around his injury initially had us all holding our breath, but it looks like he dodged a bullet, and Dr. Gruel's insights on his recovery give us hope that he'll be back in action sooner rather than later. But let's be real here. How the Canucks performed in overtime during their recent games is a cause for concern. 2 games went into extra time, and it felt like the team was just spinning their wheels out there, almost like they were figure skating instead of playing hockey. Coach Rick Tocchet emphasized the need for our best players to step up and execute the game plan. He's right. You can't just rely on talent alone. We need to find a way to exploit the weaknesses in the opposing teams during those crucial moments. I know I'm not the only one feeling frustrated by this. What do you think? Are the Canucks doing enough to prepare for those tight situations? Or is it time for a more aggressive approach? As a fan, it's tough to see the team struggle in those high-pressure moments, especially with the expectations we have. Tackling these overtime challenges is essential if we want to make a serious run this season. The last thing we want is to let games slip away because of missed opportunities. I'm curious, how do you feel about the team's ability to close out games? Do you think they have what it takes to improve? Or are we in for another season of heartbreak? In the grand scheme of things, these developments, both good and bad, will shape the future of the Canucks. As we hope for Romani's swift recovery and celebrate Myers' return, we must also recognize that consistency is key. The Canucks have some serious potential, but they need to put the pieces together, especially in those tight games. So, what's your take? Do you think the Canucks are on the right path? I want to hear your thoughts. Leave your opinions down in the comments. Let's spark a debate. And don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow fans, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Hit that notification bell to stay in the loop with all the latest news from our beloved Vancouver Canucks. Together, let's keep the conversation going